Hi guys, my name is Adelina. I just started this channel as Adelina Budgets. Story for me is that I have done cash envelope stuffing, or the cash envelope system variation of that from Dave Ramsey before. I have, a few years ago, I was able to get rid of all my credit card debt and put a lot towards savings, pay off my vehicle, all that fun stuff. I stopped doing cash envelopes and cash stuffing, and needless to say, I've racked up some credit card debt again that I'm looking to get rid of. Go back to what I know has worked for me. I'm not super strict at all with the Dave Ramsey thing and the financial freedom, Peace University, all that stuff that I've heard of loosely, but some of the principles that I do follow and do work for me, and they have worked for me in the past, are the cash envelopes, to make sure that I'm accounting for where my money is going specifically. It's really easy to swipe your card and kind of not realize how much you're accruing until you see it in black and white. So it is helpful for me, the cash envelope system. Also, I am a fan of debt snowball, so paying off your smallest balance first and then taking the money that you were paying towards that and then, snowballing that into a larger payment on your next one that you're attacking, to get rid of that, and so on and so forth. That was really helpful for me. So anyways, that's just a little bit about my history with cash stuffing and kind of my philosophy with it. I do want to say, starting this off, you do not need these wallets or these binders or anything fancy to do the cash envelope system or something similar. When I did it the last time around, I used regular paper envelopes. I just wrote the category on the outside, and then on the back side of the envelope I just tracked what I was putting into it and what was coming out of it as well, and that works just fine. It's just as good. However, of course, if you have the means to and it's in your budget, these are super helpful. But I did do a review on this. That was the very first video I kind of just randomly uploaded not too long ago, so I did kind of unbox it and give you my first impressions about this wallet specifically. I did paste the link into the description there, so if you're curious, go check that out. Anyways, so in this wallet I have my like a daily sort of spending, and then of course in this one now I use this primarily as sinking funds. I do plan to get another one. I asked for one for Christmas, so hopefully I'm getting that other one for Christmas here. And when I do, I'm just going to separate them even further. So I'm going to do like high priority versus low priority sinking funds. So that's the plan for that. And I did pull money out, of course, to do this cash stuffing. This is a much bigger amount than I would typically stuff that you might see in the future if I decide to do these videos. Normally I'm stuffing like maybe $400, if that, because I don't pull my money out of the bank for my bills. I don't cash stuff for bills. I leave all of that in my checking account, and I have all of my bills on auto pay. I really prefer it that way. I want to make sure that they get paid on time. I don't want to have to think about it. It's just what works for me. This is a lot more because I did get a bonus check. The reason I'm pulling out so much of it is also for the remainder of my Christmas and like Christmas purchasing, as well as some of this money is actually going to be given as Christmas gifts. I was going to be purchasing a bunch of gift cards for Christmas, but then when I was adding up the fees, it just didn't make any sense to buy a gift card to then have to pay a $5 or $6 fee just to get a gift card, when I could just give them cash of the same value and save myself some money. So that is in here as well. I also have taken some money out for a specific category that I'm adding. I'll get into that a little bit more. So first we're going to start with the counting of this here. Let's see. I don't even remember the amount at the top of my head, so I'm gonna have this ready because I am notorious for not remembering things. So let's see, we've got 150, 250, 350, 450, 500, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1, 20, 40, 60, 82, 20, 40, 60, 83, 20, 40, 60, 84, 20, 40, 60, 80. And we've got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 5, I hate when bills are not faced the right way. Okay, so we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, we're gonna trust it. We'll find it, I'm sure, if it's wrong. So what I'm gonna do first is, and I know you guys are probably like seeing a mistake and going like, no, go back, but I promise I'll get it together. So this is the cash money, of course. So then this is in my wallet already of what I stuffed last week and what I have left. What I'm going to do is kind of go through this and remove the excess and set it aside. I'll talk about potentially what will happen with it. I'm not sure at this point, but in miscellaneous, I don't stuff this. I just kind of leave this here and transfer dollars over if I think about it from other categories, maybe to do savings challenges. I'm not sure. So we'll talk about that more in a second. Groceries, this usually gets 100. So let's see. So I have 31 left. Now, to be completely honest, this money did not go to groceries. So we've been doing a really bad job at not cooking at home and eating out quite a bit. It's something that we're trying to work on because I would say it's definitely the #1 category that's kind of eating up our excess funds, and, you know, $5, $10, $20 here and there, you know, fancier meals, maybe like $50, $100 happen, and then all of a sudden you spend $1,000 on eating out in a month. So we're really trying hard not to do that, but we have not been good about it. We both work and we work late hours sometimes, which is not an excuse. It's definitely still possible. People do it all the time. We have just been lazy, but that's the truth. Okay, so we've got 31 left. I'll set that aside. For Duncan, this is my dog, and he gets 20, and there's 20 in here. I didn't have my cash envelope on me. It was before I had pulled cash, and I bought him his food yesterday, actually. So instead of taking it from here, I just removed it from what I would have been stuffing. So I'm not stuffing anything for Duncan new. The $20 is going to stay in here, and it's fully funded. So this one is personal. It's my discretion spending. I can, whatever I want to spend it on, I do. And I have, let's see, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18 left there. Gas is empty. Date is empty. So date is new. I haven't stuffed this previously. I just added this because I have a larger check. I wanted to dedicate some of it to fund this and fund those outings when they come up. So that's what I have here, and then I do have some change. Okay. We moved recently. I used to have a bucket that I would put all of my change in that's pretty full, but I can't seem to find it, so I'm really hoping that it is in one of those boxes that has not been unboxed yet, so I really need to get in there. Another reason I really want to get in there is because I would really like to make my own envelopes. These do work well. I just don't love the like tabs on the end, so I'd prefer just like the laminated ones. They seem easy enough to make, and I definitely have the craft supplies to make them, so I just think it'll be a fun thing to kind of personalize them and do my own thing. So I plan to do that and to make them prettier. I do have a Cricut machine and stuff, so to make my own labels and that sort of thing. But for now, I just have these like little labels. Okay. Let's see. I think that is everything. Yeah, I took out receipts already that I need to scan into the Fetch app that I use. So just started using that with the Fetch app. So far I've noticed when I'm scanning those, I'm getting about 25 points basically per receipt. They do give you like special amounts, like more points if you're buying the things that like they want you to buy. I am not going to go out of my way personally to like rack up points for those specific categories if it's not something that I need or, you know, will be able to use right away to get points. But it is definitely worth it because I mean 25 points per receipt at the minimum. I mean, that's worth it. So I have everything unstuffed here. Let's see how much this was. Okay. So we've got 20, 30, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51. Okay, so we've got $51. Again, I'm not real sure what I'm going to be doing with that. In the previous cash system that I was doing, I was just kind of rolling everything over to payments. I was kind of just leaving it in my bank account until it got, you know, to a higher number, and then I would figure out the excess that I had and then kind of put a lump sum towards credit to pay that down. So I'm not sure. I have seen some videos, some girls doing like savings challenges and things like that seem really fun and seem like a fun way to get excited about putting the remainder over to savings and, you know, try not to spend everything that you've allocated to yourself in order to have money to do those savings challenges. So I thought that's a really cute idea. So I'm gonna take a look at those and try to figure out what savings challenges are already created. There's a ton, I'm sure, and see what might work for me. And then maybe if there's something that won't work for me, I'll just kind of do my own thing, maybe create something myself, or just think about that a little more. So for now, I am just going to set this aside. Let's put that over here. Okay, change. I am just going to add this to this envelope. Again, I can't find that larger one, so for now I'm just putting these in one of my spare envelopes here. Okay. Hopefully I'm not moving yours too much. I keep forgetting about that. Okay. So let's see, what should we do? I think I'm going to do my short-term saving or my long-term saving first. So actually, yeah. Okay, Christmas, no, let's do the wallet first. I need to figure out what is going into Christmas, so I'm gonna go through this stuff first. Okay, so miscellaneous again is just kind of a catch-all. So groceries gets 100. Oops, I'm moving you guys again. I'm sorry. Groceries gets 100. So let's do 50, 20, 40, 50 for 100. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Put that in groceries. Duncan, we're skipping, like I said, it's fully funded. Personal is going to get 75. That I like to keep in smaller bills, so 20, 40, 60, 75. Personal. Okay, gas gets 13. I don't put a lot in gas because I work from home, so I'm not really driving a lot usually, and therefore don't need a lot of gas. So I keep that pretty trim. So 13 is going into, did I count that right? Yes, 13 is going into gas. I did just put gas in my car, so hopefully I'll be good for a while. We won't leave anywhere, probably. Okay, so for a date, I did take out money to fund this. So I have $250 for that. So 50, 100, 50, 250. So there it is. Just to fix that a little bit. Okay. $250 for a date, and it's not obviously going to be spent all at one time. I'm kind of funding this to be prepared for when those dates happen, and kind of just be more intentional about actually setting money aside for that purpose. Okay, let's move on from here. That's the wallet, and then for sinking funds. Okay, so for Christmas, I'm gonna skip that for now. We're gonna do all the rest of these. That'll tell me how much I am putting in Christmas, and then we'll it'll go there and we'll be done. Okay, so for medical or health is how I have it listed here, because I did have it separated, like on my planner. Medical was getting 20, dental was getting 5, vision was getting 5, but I figured it'd just be easier to put it in one envelope. So I'm gonna go ahead and give that the $30. I am going to still do it in a 20 and 2 5s so that I can indicate that's what it's for. But I'll probably swap bills out once they get to be too thick, so it won't matter anyway. We're putting it all in one place, it's fine. So in health, we have 20, 40, 50, 60. And I do want to mention, I do have some savings already set aside. However, of course, I definitely need to build it up. So I do have a certain amount of savings kind of squirreled away where I don't touch it at all unless it's like a dire situation. I do want to kind of build that up to have 6 months, maybe a year of expenses, to, you know, being able to cover my expenses for a year if God forbid anything happened. But for now I do have, you know, that chunk set aside that I try to forget about so I don't mess with it. And then I do have a $1,000 emergency fund built back up in my savings, in my like regular savings instead of my high interest savings. The high interest savings is where I have the larger chunk that's just kind of sitting there. For my regular savings, I do have my $1,000 emergency fund, and then I do have a bit for these categories set aside. So like my first goal basically. So I do have some set aside, but of course I want to be, you know, using the sinking funds to accrue and hopefully get those a little bit bigger, just in case. That's what we're doing this for, right? To be prepared just in case. So anyways, health has 60 now, and I'll update the budget sheets later. But all right, then I have car maintenance. Car maintenance gets 20. Did I just, yeah, that's the only thing I don't love about these. I feel like sometimes they come off track. So okay, so we're just adding another 20 there, so you've got 20, 40 for car maintenance. For vet care, so I do have the Duncan envelope in my wallet, and that's just for his like regular spending, but I do want to have a little buffer just for him in case he has any, you know, vet expenses. I do have like pet insurance for him where I'm paying a monthly, but you still have out-of-pocket costs, of course, just like health insurance. So and for the larger stuff, there's still pretty high cost in my opinion. So I just want to have him getting a little emergency fund for health too. So For Duncan's vet care, we're doing 25. Okay. So I've got 25 here, and then he should have 25 in here, making 50. Yeah, okay, so 20, 45, 50. All right, let's see, savings, that is getting 130. And that I'm doing the bigger bills because obviously that shouldn't be moving as much. So I'll do 130. And we should have 130 in there, so it should be a total of 260. If we did our math right. Okay. 100, 200, 20, 40, 50, 60 in savings. This next envelope, birthdays, I don't have it filled right now. I do plan to put money aside for birthdays. It's one of the sinking funds I want to start. However, I'm gonna skip it for now. I do have some birthdays coming up in January, so I definitely will need to be stuffing this soon. What I think I'm gonna do, both my dad and my sister have birthdays in January, pretty much back to back, so I definitely need to fund this. But I do have quite a bit for Christmas set aside. I just moved you guys again, sorry. For Christmas set aside, and I don't know if I'm gonna be using all of it. So if I have left over, I'm probably gonna move that over, or if not all of it, some of it over to birthdays to fund my gifts for January at least. So nothing this time around. All right, so then moving back over here to Christmas. Let's see. So what I have left is 50. Let me make sure. Let me make sure you guys can see that. Okay, we've got 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1. That's 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 1. 20, 40, 60, 80, 1. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 473. 473 is left. Okay. So that is going into Christmas. And I do have, I think I pre-stuffed 100. Yeah, I pre-stuffed 100, and then I went to Burlington and got some stuff. So I have 37 left here. 20, 35, 6, 7. Yep. Okay. So I'm just gonna add this, and then we can recount to see if everything's accounted for. Okay. All right. So for Christmas, we have, so plus 37, that should be 510. So let's just make sure we've got, let's do that. So 50, 100, 20, 40, 60, 80, 200, 20, 40, 60, 80, 300, 20, 40, 60, 80, 400, 20, so 420, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 5, 10, 15, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, okay. So it was just my calculator input that was wrong. So we do have the right amount, $510 here total for Christmas now. So again, I've done a lot of my shopping, and again, some of this money is actually going to be given just as a gift itself. We're gonna get, like I said, those gift cards, but those gift cards with the $3, $4, $6 charges that are coming up on those, it just doesn't make any sense to do cash gift cards, like a Visa or MasterCard, because you could just give them the money and save yourself money. We now have both the wallet every day and then my sinking funds. Hopefully I do get that other binder so that I can do high and low priority sinking funds. So some changes to come. If I've been helpful in any way, let me know in the comments below. Let me know what you would like to see. If you took the time again to watch this video, I really appreciate it, you guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.